button is pushed. Live.
Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild.
Harleydesigns. Episode
153.
153.
Is there a niner in there? Welcome back to the show, everyone. If you're not familiar with live stream Takeover, it's where Josh and I talk BS for 2 hours.
Yeah. This is a show where we talk about the news topics that happened in the scale world of RC over the past week.
Or where I show you projects I'm working on the bench. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Welcome to the show. Yeah. Check in, let us know where you're watching from. And are you a Ford guy or are you a Chevy guy? That's it.
Matt, yes. Ford Ranger.
It's technically an F-150 Ranger.
Yeah.
XLT. Same, but different.
Same.
You know what? Let's do a poll. I want to know. Ford or Chevy?
Ford or Chevy. Ford.
Or actually, I'll do Ford or Chevy, and then I'll have a write-in option. Ferrari.
That's not an option. I'm going to do...
but I'm going to leave the Ford or Chevy, but I'm going to leave the question or the responses yes, no, Ferrari.
I'm doing Ford, Chevy, or Porsche.
Yes. I'm sure most of your fans, all three of them, watched the video today on Road to the Regionals.
I am nervous.
Yes.
We have so much work ahead.
We sure do. Can I also share my instant messenger message to you today? I watched the video this morning, and I don't know if I'd had all my coffee yet, or maybe too much, but I was watching it, and Josh is like, and you know what? We're going to go topless on this car. We're going to do some cage work or something later. And I was like, instantly got on the chat, and I was like, so we're going topless, are we? Guess you're making decisions without me then. Cool. And then there was a lot of there was a pause. And I was like, uh-oh, he's probably going back through the chat looking for receipts on me going, yeah, that's a great idea. We should go topless. and that's exactly what he was doing.
Screenshot was incoming. Boom, right there. Yes, great idea. I agree. Done.
Yeah, I was like, oops, I was wrong.
I guess I did help make that decision.
Yeah, I guess I was a part of that conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm feeling a little out of it lately, so forgive me.
Just need a project that has a looming deadline and way too much, all kinds of unknowns.
We have so much time, though, Josh. We got a solid 3.5 months. It's tons.
Yeah.
Listen, that's 2.5 months more than Monthly Mayhem gets. So it's lots of time.
For 3 times the number of cars. So,
well, yeah.
I'd
also like to thank everybody who's sent me the news article from the Toronto Star, which is a paper here in Toronto, detailing all of the cars they found in Malta that were stolen from Toronto. It doesn't matter even if mine's there, because it's not mine anymore. The insurance company owns it.
Matt doesn't care anymore.
It would be cool if they were like, hey, we found it. I'd be like, neat. Now what? Because I don't have any skin in the game. It's not mine.
Yeah. And
I was paid.
Yeah. You were paid. Someone else technically owns it now, and it is most likely in another country. But on the brighter side, you did receive your car finally.
I did. Oh man, it is.
When did you technically get it?
I got it on Saturday.
Yeah, that's what I was
saying. I picked up Saturday morning.
So not very long. Is that right? Did you get it last Saturday?
No, this Saturday. I've only had it since Saturday, so like 4 days. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I still have it. Let's look at it on a positive side of things. It's still here.
Are you putting like a bike block through the wheel?
I've got a club, and then I put another club on top of the club, and then I hired a man to just stand around. Be like,
yeah.
Hey, keep
Scarecrow.
walking, lady.
Yeah.
Are you sure you still have it? I can check on the app.
So
yep.
Well, I'm glad that you have a method of transportation. Oh, look at you, 2023 XC60.
And the cool thing is, the color on the app matches the color of your car in real life.
See, that is the technology that we've all been waiting for.
Technology.
It's quite low on battery.
Well, I drove it a lot today.
Oh,
and I didn't charge it the day before. Yeah.
Wow.
Hot tip.
Yeah.
Because it's the whole OS, the whole car is run by Google.
Right.
So when you enter map data, like if you're like, I want to go to this place, it optimizes when you need to use battery and when you need to use gas, and changes it automatically.
Because it knows the streets you're going to be on.
Yeah, it knows if you're gonna be in the city, it's going to stay electric.
Yeah, and take you to short routes.
Gas. It's amazing. So good.
You know what? I'm glad you're entertained.
I love my car.
You know what? They are quite luxurious.
But inconspicuous luxuriousness.
Yeah, right. That's right. In Volvo's, right in their tagline.
Doesn't look like much. Like, it's pretty plain.
Yeah. You know, I don't know that anyone else has ever said anything different about a Volvo, but
nope. It's true. It's true. It's very dark in your studio today.
Is it?
Seems like
all my lights are on.
Oh, it's because you're wearing all black. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's most likely what it is. Actually, I've had to check because one of my lights has been playing games lately. And so I bought another one to replace it, the exact same one. And since it arrived, that light has not malfunctioned for a second. Just leaving it in the corner, being like, "Oh,
that's like
it's right there."
That's why you always say good things about your technology. Otherwise, they will inevitably break on you.
Ed Camino. Thank you, sir. Good day, gentlemen. Excited to see you guys build, and looks like I'll be ordering mine on Wednesday with your help. We definitely can get you covered.
What are we getting him?
He's looking at a pro build.
Pro build.
Yeah.
The SCX Pro?
No, the VS410 Pro.
Oh.
So,
I guess that's still Pro.
SCX Pro we have not talked about since we couldn't really talk about it last time.
Since we couldn't talk about it, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Hobby Room, thank you very much. Porsche owner, Ferrari fan, loved the Ford vid today. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. It was,
you know what?
I would love to. Porsche fan, Ferrari have driven, have not loved any Fords except that one. That was pretty good. Whatever. Doesn't matter. They both got the same license plate. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. I saw that right in your photo. I was like, there it is. there it is.
There it is.
Oh, man. The SCX-10 Pro. I keep wanting to call it just SCX Pro rather than SCX-10 Pro.
Let's just call it the SCX Pro. What are they going to do?
Yeah, I know.
Stop us.
Come at me, bro.
Only Tippett Adventures. Only inconspicuous because it has a plain knob. It's true. If it had the crystal one, people would know.
Yeah, they'd be, oh, look at that. There's a 6-second Volvo on Sick Week. Those guys where are they from? They're from Europe, maybe? Something like that. They bring that thing over.
They're making a Volvo fast.
It's an impressive ride. For sure.
I don't doubt it. Is it Sweden? Like a wagon too?
Yes, it is a wagon. They're from Sweden. Yeah. And it is
I should hope so.
very, very quick. I remember it last year.
That's cool. I did order my special badge for the back of the Volvo.
Okay.
Because you have to. There's a joke. There's a gag where the prancing horse on the Ferraris.
Yeah.
There's a guy that makes prancing moose.
Mooses. That's perfect. That is fantastic, and I hope that it's done well. I hope that it's
it's done very well, to the highest quality. Yeah.
Then I fully support your decision there.
Yeah, excellent.
The as far as
plane knob. And yes, Ryan, I did put the pedal to the floor once, just to see what it would be like.
Have you been enjoying all of the 455 horsepowers? I
giggled like a little girl. It was it was fast. Holy shit!
I have not owned anything with that much horsepower.
I'll give you a ride sometime. Come on back up here.
Right. Let's build a shed.
Actually, yeah.
John Roberts, 1.6 RC, thank you. What a great KOH. I'm sure Jason Shearer will be tortured where 50 seconds could have been saved, likely at his second lap pit stop, but such a great race over. Honestly,
so crazy, right?
So I was in Vegas this weekend. I left Friday, early morning, got to Vegas just after noon, and partied for a few days, and traveled back home on Sunday. So I watched the live stream on the drive back home. Well, it was not, I wasn't watching, but I was listening and glancing at times. But watched the whole race. And
were you able to, sorry, but were you able to bet on the outcome of the race whilst you were in Las Vegas?
I did not attempt. My gambling losings were elsewhere already.
Roulette
covered.
Craps, roulette.
Yeah. Blackjack is usually my game of choice.
You mean your way of throwing money away?
Yes, exactly. And of course, slot machine here and there because it's Vegas. But yeah, watching, I saw one post. I tried to avoid as much social media as I could so that I didn't see who the winner was or any coverage that would spoil it for me. But I did see one post that said Jason Shearer crossed the line first, but came in second. I was just like, okay. And this year, since they did 1 minute staggered starts, I was like, that could be a huge number, especially with how hard charging some of the guys from the back were. I was like, it could be anyone. And then as it got closer and closer to the end, watching Gomez, I was just like, oh yeah, the winner is going to be Gomez. And those cars were just, both of those cars were built just 45 minutes from here. So it's pretty wild. And Shearer's cars got a lot of tech in it. And the Gomez cars, the UFO built ones, they've got they're built so well, but they don't have as much tech.
I felt like you were going to go, Jason Shearer's got a lot of tech in those cars. Pretty fantastic cars. And the Gomez brothers make nice vehicles too. Those are really cute. Those are really nice.
Yeah,
they're
nice.
Cars.
They're, But no,
sometimes
really
all the tech in the world doesn't make a difference to capability of driver and line choice luck.
And they're both so good. It's pretty wild, Jimmy. Obviously, Jason Shearer's 3-time winner.
He's no slouch.
The Fox live valving is what's really cool in those cars. In Shearer's car, Gomez doesn't have it. And they were talking about it, and I finally learned a little bit about how they're using it. Specifically, IFS cars, when they're doing descents in the rocks and they come down, the suspension wants to come back up, and the whole nose basically comes down into the dirt or rocks or whatever it is. So as they're descending, it will actually stiffen the suspension so it doesn't collapse and take away all the drive or take away all the clearance.
Neat.
Pretty freaking impressive. Yeah, and Jason Shearer has the 74 weld portals in the front of that IFS car. So, such a crazy cool car. Just to see portals at this point holding up through a race like that is impressive. Right. Because just a couple years ago, portals, and there was lots of issues with keeping those things alive. So
yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going to have to go back and watch the entirety of it again because I tuned in and out.
Yeah. I didn't get to watch any of the other coverage. I didn't get to watch qualifying or side by sides, Everyman Challenge, any of that. I only watched the big show. So
yeah.
That was all I got to watch. Hey, go Chiefs.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Football. I watched it. I watched all of the playoffs this year just so I could be fully attuned to what was going on.
I watched the championship games. I watched all the Chiefs playoff games. I watched the championship games and then the Super Bowl. But,
I was ready for some football.
I think I've heard someone say that before.
Night. Yeah. It's a very popular song. Are you ready for some soccer?
Yeah. But the Vegas trip was good. We had a lot of fun. We went to a lot of places, and we were very busy.
Yes, usually you are on those types of things.
Nicole and I were able to keep up because we were there for a 30th birthday party. So,
who do you know that's 30?
My friend's wife. He is my age.
All right.
Yes. So
congratulations, Josh's friend.
Yes, second one. Well chosen.
Jesus.
But they were a couple hours behind in time zone, and they just had their first kid. So I was just like, I think we got a chance here. Nope. But at the same time, I was like, I also think they may be used to not sleeping. So,
and when you've just gone through all of that, I presume, I don't have any, so I don't know, but I presume that you want to get away and maximize that away time. So you are up all the time.
Yeah. We did an amazing food tour. I jumped off the stratosphere. There was that.
That was not fun to me.
It was a lot of fun, actually. I did get a video of it. I wore a GoPro on my wrist. Jumping off the edge was the part that was the hardest for me because you got to get out. I would
imagine that's the hardest part for most people.
Oh God, that was real. Like,
that was very Michael Scott of you just now. That God, God.
I grilled my foot.
Foot. Dwight. Oh God.
So, I had to go out there and they make you put your hands on the railing, clip, and you're just like standing, like looking. Like, oh God. And then you got to turn another way and they confirm all this, but you're just right at the edge and it's a long way up.
Uh-huh.
And then I wish they could have just pushed me off, but I had to jump myself, and that was.
I would almost prefer if somebody pushed me.
I would too. Just Sparta kick me right in the back.
In the back, no less.
I'd be fine with that. Yeah. Or I could stare at him. She could kick me in the chest. Either way, like.
That's cool. Yeah, preferably a woman to kick me in the chest.
She was, and she was in like
and
full
what a
SWAT.
Woman.
She was in full SWAT gear. It seemed like I was just like,
oh,
yeah.
All right then.
So we did that.
Well, that's great. Good times.
$10 tattoos. Yeah.
Did you really get a tattoo?
I did not get it. We did go, and they got $10 tattoos. I did not.
Wow. Oh, okay. I've had a lot of tattoos in my day. You might not know by looking at me, but $10 must have been like, that's it.
It's like a single line, but it's continuous.
Yep.
You only get the choice of these, and they have to be either from here to here or like knee to ankle. It's only options.
Huh.
They're 10, and they just pound these things out.
That's all they're doing all day long.
The
prep time alone.
They're prep so time fast.
Alone. But okay. again, that's great. But that worries me because you don't want someone going fast on the preparation and, like tidiness of the whole scenario. I want someone to really take their time with the cleaning. And
yeah, we can tell by the high button on your shirt.
Sanitation. Yeah, well, you're okay then with like a little jolt of hepatitis?
I didn't get one either, so obviously it wasn't for me. But still,
things I won't do in Las Vegas.
Thank you. Headed to downtown Kansas City, Mo, for work. Anything to do, see while there. Lots of food. That would be
barbecue.
Yeah. Go to Casey Joe's, the one in the gas station near closest to downtown. Or Slaps is over in KCK. Gates is one of my favorites. Lots of food. As far as
$10 tattoos are like gas station sushi.
Funny enough, they both got a taco for their $10 tattoo.
Probably spent more on the taco.
So it was a tattoo of a taco, is what I'm saying.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they didn't get a tattoo and a taco. They just got.
What do you like, baby? I like tattoos and tacos. All right, let's do it.
I'm saying the menu is pretty interesting. The things that. Gunnar Nissen, thank you. Hello, all. Tonight's code is #GoSportsBall.
Yes. Sorry, I meant to mention that. Thanks, Dana, for pinning that for me. SatisfiedJerky.com. Hashtag. Where'd it go?
GoSportsBall.
GoSportsBall. Everyone likes a good sports ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so do you want to talk about the SCX Pro?
Yeah, SCX Pro.
You still got that one?
I still have it here.
I bet you Rich is thrilled about that. Who are we kidding? He doesn't drive his trucks.
I still have it here. It still has Rich's body on it. Of course, we did. Yeah, we should do mail call. I need to go grab a couple of the boxes out there. I forgot to bring them in here, but this would kind of count as mail call.
Sure.
I have to decide if I'm going to think about using this for scale gnats or not. I'm torn.
I'm going to be using it.
Yeah.
But I don't know yet how.
For what class and whatnot.
Mm.
Yeah. I have to decide what I'm going to do there, because at this point there's still a little bit of stuff up in the air.
Yes. A lot of stuff.
We shall see. It's if nothing else, it's an easy one to just be like, okay, it's time. Grab it and go.
Pretty much.
Because it's all
throw
there,
some electronics in it, and you're pretty good to go.
Isaac Woods Jr., what body is on that, Josh? It is the Pro body from Axial. However, it is not Sorka legal. It will be available, but I think it will be a little bit delayed from the release of the truck.
I pre-ordered. It comes all the hop-ups, too.
Nice. It is a slider. It doesn't come with wheels, tires, or a body. No electronics, of course. And there you go. Are those completely new axles on the Pro? Not completely new.
Yes.
The shafts are the same. The ring and pinion is the same. The locker's the same. So it's just housing stuff. And yeah, it's pretty much like an SSD axle, but a axial version.
But the C's and knuckles are new, aren't they?
No, they are AR45s. The same as the straight axle axials. So
okay.
All the same there as well. Huh. Makes it easy, and there's some aftermarket stuff available. So yeah, the outers are the same, diff cover's the same. So
their brass parts are new though, that aren't out yet.
That is correct. One side is 1 millimeter shorter. What that's referring to is that the long side front tube is 1 millimeter shorter than the equal length rear tubes, and that is easier to four-wheel steer. Yeah, it should be four-wheel steer. Well, I'm guessing that it will take some custom shafts to four-wheel steer this easily, because these are likely longer than the fronts would be. Well, they are going to be longer, I'll tell you that.
Why not just use a front axle?
Because it's offset. And I mean, you could, though, and just use that. It would be fine too. I mean, it is made for centered, so it'd be fine. But you could do that with any axle as well if you were going to just.
That's a good question, Dana. How many of those do you think we're going to see at regionals?
It is a good question. Would front AR-45 shafts work? No, I don't think so. I think they wouldn't be long enough.
They're different shafts for sure.
I'm sure we'll see some, but I'm not sure that we'll see a huge number, just because you're talking about guys who have already bought tickets to an event. It sold out quickly, so they're likely a large number of people that already have trucks built to Sorka.
But see, that's the thing. With these new rules, do you think people have already got trucks that are built?
Well, yeah, I think so, because for one, the trucks, many trucks from before were already still legal.
Yes.
So,
but a lot of people, that's not going to maximize the new rules.
True. And
I was thinking, just to troll the rules a bit.
Yeah.
I was going to build a body that exactly is the rectangles. 100% exactly.
You're going to take the diagrams and just.
Yep. How do you like these apples?
There you go.
That is one ugly truck, sir. I go, yeah.
It's the one you show instructions to in this document.
Yeah, maybe you should have rethought that. Oh well, whatever. Because even because we can get into this a little bit later on, but
yeah,
even for Class 1, they're not really at all what Class 1 used to be in terms of the body.
Well,
requirements.
In some ways, no. They took away the tire coverage thing, because people were just doing it with fender flares and stuff like that really didn't look. They could just put a flare over it and it's like, there you go. So like, okay,
yeah,
you don't
but that's just skirting the rule. So then, rather than have people skirt the rule, they just eliminated it. So now everyone's just going to be running, cheater bodies.
Right, except they did take and cover some of the cheater body stuff that was making them completely ridiculous. Like the overall height area in things is more controlled now and defined. So I do like that.
Absolutely. No, there are some definitely good changes for sure.
Yep.
Anyway, but yeah, I think you'll still see like how many people are in Class 2?
100?
Like what was 100 people?
Isn't it? Or maybe
I bet you will
75.
see.
I think it was 75.
Okay, if there's 75, I'm going to say we see 15 SCX 10 Pros.
I think that is a reasonable guess. Yeah.
There'll be at least one here.
So yeah, I think 15 is a reasonable number, and at the same time, it's probably going to be hard to tell, because even if you see, there might be 20 of them that started as SCX Pros, but by the time they get to nationals, they're going to have removed that transmission and changed the chassis. So,
totally different
because
trucks.
The transmission isn't. You can't. It's illegal for Class 2.
Well, it isn't. It isn't
to use the function.
You can't.
It's not
use the function.
Have.
You can lock it out.
Exactly.
And
that's what I'm saying. So
use
like
it,
the function of the benefit of, they could, except that it's a large and fairly heavy transmission. So if there's guys that are trying to be super competitive, they're probably going to remove that.
Fair. Yeah.
That's
true.
So that, and I think it would be a good base for that, though. You pull that transmission out, you put a much smaller transfer case in there, and then you've eliminated all of that bulk of that transmission setup. Mm-hmm. You've now made it most likely a lot easier to work on.
Yep.
And
totally.
It, like I said, you've simplified everything. So.
Yep. Not to,
that's what I would do.
Asking. Daniel Curtis said, "What happened to the Artful Dodgers chassis?" It's still here. I'm still using it. I just haven't decided yet how I'm doing this.
Aren't they running last year's rules? No, it is a 2023 event running 2023 rules. The only place I've seen anybody say about running old rules is ECC, East Coast Championship. They're like, we're going to run 2022 rules. Like, that's fine. But I think most comps, like, if you're going to run Sorka,
probably people
Sorka
who bought our trucks from last year.
Right. Why is
I just bought this truck.
Why does body length matter in comp? Why wouldn't it matter? Body height, there's width, there's requirements in every direction. Length, width, height, everything. So yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
We should do mail call. Yes. I need to go grab things. Read a comment or something. I'll be back.
Okay. I'll read a comment. Thank you, Perry G. Perry G, thanks very much. How would you guys compare this to a Phoenix straight axle kit? And the poll should say more than you can afford, pal. Ferrari. In terms of the SCX Pro compared to a Phoenix straight axle, a lot of people were asking me that question too. And I don't know that it's fair to actually compare them, if I'm honest. Like a Phoenix straight axle kit compared to the SCX10 Pro. Some people are like, which one should I get? It was in the questions on Friday for me, and now Perry G's asking here. I don't think they really compare. Like, I don't think it's fair to, like, one is set up specifically to be a comp truck. The other one is more of a scale crawler truck.
Right. Yeah.
They don't truly compare in my mind.
No. While my class 1 from last year was basically a VS 410, the transmission, the axles, the entire chassis was VS 410. But it was class 1, so that's there's more, how would you say, there's a little bit more restriction, like it needs to be a little bit longer. But even that one, I cut the front of the chassis off to shorten it up and run a different body. You could make a Phoenix a pretty capable class 1, I would say.
Yes,
that would be
I agree with that. That would be a great starting point.
But at the same time, that the SCX Pro isn't legal to be a class 1 because it has an angled skid plate, so it cannot be a class 1 truck.
It has to be class 2 or 3.
Yeah, class 2 or 3 only. And it's vastly going to outperform a Phoenix in class 2. Yeah, it's made to be that way. It's just a simple flat rail chassis, a number of things like that. So yeah, you're in a different world with how it's positioned. So
okay, not wrong. Brandon Shaka said, "Are we going to see a video from you guys tomorrow over the real pole array from Lizzie?" Smiley face. It's very interesting, that teaser, because that looks to me
side by side.
That's a side by side. There's no doubt about it.
And
what is interesting to me is I have none either. I'm not getting whatever it is. They have not contacted me, so I presume it's not coming, which is fine. It's okay. Happens. But looking at I briefly glanced at it and I went side by side. Then I also looked at it again and I said, it's obviously they're showing the rear end of it, and it looks to me like it's rear independent suspension.
Like a proper side-by-side.
Exactly, like it should be. But have they taken the hammer ray and put IRS on it?
I'm guessing here's my guess.
You think it's a different platform?
I think it's a tenacity. I think it's a tenacity base. But it's got, you can see the parallel rear arms, which don't look like a standard A-arm with a tie rod or whatever they would be called in independent. It looks like a proper parallel arm. So I'm wondering if they did a true trailing arm, like a real side-by-side, because they've got trailing arms with those, which if that's the case, I'm guessing that it's actually a full new chassis.
That would be cool too.
From the looks of those, I think that's kind of the way that I'm looking at it.
Nice.
So
you didn't get one either then?
No, I don't know. I didn't know. Honestly, where I saw it first was Hemistorm's story share.
Yeah,
and I went, not today. Nope, not falling for it. Typed in Losi. I went to Losi's social media and it was the same photo. And I went, oh, alrighty then. It's real.
Because let's be honest, Chris did an awesome job on that Polar Ray conversion that he did. And what's so great about it is that it looked like a production vehicle. Like it honestly looked exactly like you would expect, like something from an existing platform being modified to be a new vehicle to look like. And it's not right. And it wasn't outside of the realm of reality either, because Arma does that all the time.
Yeah.
Losi has done it a lot too. So it seemed so natural. And the only thing, that's the thing though, that's the only thing that really kind of tipped me off was that something isn't right here, because that's his style. So unless he's a creative director on this project, this is way too close to what he does. But I was thoroughly impressed with that. I'll be curious to see what this thing from Losi is tomorrow.
You know what? It looks very much like the trailing arm suspension of an actual side-by-side.
Yeah.
And my wonder is, so if it comes out tomorrow that way, we need to find out who was the project manager for that and see if we can have them on. Just because I want to ask them the question of okay, so what did you do when you saw Hemi-Storm's post? Because whoever was the project manager of this project must have been in the works for 9 to 12 months before tomorrow. Hemi-Storm's spoof thing came out 6 weeks ago?
Yeah, probably 6 weeks. Yeah.
Towards the end, if not nearly time for the product to hit the water to make its way over. And this spoof thing goes, and the internet goes nuts, and they're just like, what the crap?
Checkered Past just said, so Rich made a call to Hemi-Storm and was like, Ixnay on the Azer Ray. Yeah, I can imagine all of the calls and emails that Horizon support got the day that Chris's video dropped. And they're like, no, there's no thing like that. And then they're like,
the project managers over there like, did it get leaked? Did it?
Assuming that's what that is tomorrow. We don't know. We really don't.
Dollars to donuts, I'd betcha. But
oh man, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that day. That would have been amazing.
I know.
And and Chris was just kind of spitballing, and it was like, how can I make something out of this? And he may have nailed it. They should just hire him. Put him on the payroll.
I know. That was really good. And I thought that was quite funny. And now, honestly, it makes it even funnier.
Yeah, 100%.
The second time laugh.
What do you think we could come up with that is already in the works from a manufacturer?
Oh,
be like, surprise.
I know.
That would be good. Okay. Mail call. You want to start? What do you got?
Sure. Can do. I've got, first thing, this was dropped off to me via a coworker and it was from Robbie Chapman, who's a local here. It's a hot August night. It's actually a Matchbox. But this is a 1998 edition. Actually from 1998.
One of 12,000. So, crack it open.
Yeah, right? But pretty sweet looking old vet. So thank you, Robbie.
Yeah, nice one. That's very cool.
You can go next. This is a different.
All right. Well, I got this blue truck behind me here.
Yes. So your video came out this afternoon on that.
Fix it again, Tony.
Wait. No. Found on road day.
Okay.
First on race day.
Yeah. This is the new High Trail F150 Ranger XLT. They did an exceptional job on this body. This is not stickers. This is all plastic.
Yes, very much.
Not like this crummy thing.
Right. Very much like the UMG or AMG 63.
Yes.
It had the nice detail down the side. And I remember that because when it hit my foot, it crumpled up down the side.
And the grill and all those bits look pretty good. Push bars not included. That's an add-on.
It's not?
No, you don't get that. Not included. Bonus. Bonus piece for me. And the light kit, which is also not included, was installed prior to me receiving this. So I must be doing something right. But those 5 slots are killer. They look so good.
The kidney beans.
Yeah, and a nice roll bar on the back. And there's lots of good detail in there, man. It's pretty good.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
I like it. Me too. Like it.
Me too. The High Trail stuff is, it's interesting. When I first saw the Chevy, I was like, okay.
I get it. People like
lifted I get
trucks.
It too. Lifted Dodge, lifted
And
Ford,
a lot of people don't live, or a lot of people live where, off-road
that's the norm.
Performance, as far as rocks or technical terrain, doesn't matter.
Not a thing.
They're just going to drive it on some dirt hills and some mud, so they don't need a low slung, super capable that way. They just want a lifted truck.
Lifted Ford.
Exactly. So yeah, it makes total sense.
It's good. Yeah, they're doing a good job with that lineup. It's cool. How much is it, Patina guy? I'm not sure off the top of my head. Let's look it up. Well, Josh pulls that thing out of his.
In here, I have a Futaba receiver, and this was my Futaba receiver from Santa's sleigh. The GC Coop, who bought Santa's sleigh, he sent me back my receiver because he goes, I don't use that stuff. I'm like, okay, thank you.
I just push them around. I just push them around on the carpet.
Yeah, I don't use the radio set. But he also sent me a nice little typed out note thanking for the content and things like that. But also the fact that he made me some item, he assembled it. It says. It says, letter and a gift I made for you and Nicole. Well, I assembled it. Thank you for all the help. So,
Patina guy, it says $5.49. I don't know if that's the Canadian price or not.
In here, we have an office-inspired tumbler.
Oh,
with
cool.
A bunch of the good stuff. A bunch of the good
the stapler. That's 100% of the shots you don't take is on there, too. That's cool.
Yes. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. Fantastic.
That's nice. Nice little gift pack.
And also, Nicole gets narwhals because, she likes narwhals because our nephew loves narwhals. So Nicole loves everything that our nephew does. So.
Yeah, who doesn't love a good narwhal? Excellent. That's great.
And some reusable straws for them.
Very cool.
Nicole needs lids.
I got a roll of TPU filament. Slow week.
Well,
I've got some stuff. I got some stuff here, but it's not complete yet. The vendor who sent me these things was like, wait until the last part comes.
Oh, interesting.
So
we can't show that. One of my packages, I got a message from yesterday. He goes, so how do you like it? I went, I haven't seen anything
yet.
Love it. He goes, oh,
I love it.
Let me check the mail. He checked the tracking, goes, oh, tracking number says the post office never received it. I dropped it off myself. So I'll send you another one.
There's a lot of that lately. The same thing happened with the same thing happened with the transmission. There's super shafty trans.
Oh, that's right. That's so this is a bunch of Stepcraft upgrades.
Ooh, cool.
With 2 Ds.
Alar Varmi said those parts that they sent along with the Ford were their way of saying sorry for selling the 6x6. I talked to them about that, by the way. I was like,
did you?
Hey, just out of curiosity, did that thing get sold? And he's like, yep. I was like, all right. That's good. And I said, I wonder if the guy who bought it knows anything about it. And he said, I think he did, because Mark was chatting it up a lot. So pretty sure whoever got it ended up finding out what the story was. And I'm like, cool, that's good. The end. All's well that ends well. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness. Well, there you go.
Okay.
So in here I have some hose.
Boats and hose.
I was going ludicrous.
I got hose.
I got
in different area.
I finally got an upgraded. You're a nerd. Upgraded dust collection setup for my CNC. Because at this point I was doing it the absolute redneckiest way you possibly could, and now I don't have to do that anymore. So I got a nice big retractable setup with
very good
more hose.
Vallejo
402-714.
I love that we both know that song so well.
And then I got a bunch of other little parts and things like that. Ooh, here's some instructions with a QR code. German, iOS, Android. Why does it say German and iOS?
Because
iOS,
it's in those languages.
German and English. Okay, there's the English one. That makes sense. I was like, why does
what brand of TPU? I'm usually a Sane Smart guy, but I thought I'd try out Overture this time.
I've had.
I think I like Overture better.
I've had. What's the other one I use? I use eSun as well.
Okay.
Yes, Ben. This is the the Stepcraft Dust collection setup. It's not. I think. Do you have the one with the smaller bristles on yours? This is the larger bristles setup.
Oh, you got to get the large bristle.
I'm told that it works well, but I don't know. But I plan to do a lot of CNC routing. So, speaking of, if anybody knows where to get the HDU, like Cura board, Cura foam. Damn it, I can't remember what it's called now. Urgh. It's like it's often for sign making. They 3D machine it. If anybody knows where to get that reliably, love to find out. If any of you are sign makers out there, I'm trying to leverage our audience, Matt. We have a lot of people and we know people.
A lot of different industries.
Cora foam. Thank you, Dusty Humphreys. It's been a long day, but yeah, if you know where, then I could finally maybe get some cutoffs or something like that. Be happy to buy some. So anyway.
Guest, that's the username. Just guest.
Guest.
That's pretty awesome. I'm 100% sure that Matt still doesn't care about the 6x6 and will continue to not care for a long time. I don't mind. I sent it to them with no pretense or indication or not indication, no pretense or expectation for what they would do with it. So, whatever.
No warranty or expressed or implied.
Yeah.
So.
Do you really think I could get a copyright strike for singing that song so well that they thought it was Luda?
They're like, ooh, I don't know. Like, was this parody or was this just straight copyright? It's hard to say.
Oh, I assure you, parody.
What am I trying to do with the Cora foam? Machine it for pattern making for molds. So
yes,
that is what I'm trying to do.
Does that mean that someone might let you use some machine time?
No, I would do it on my CNC.
Your own?
My CNC.
Okay, so how am I going to do it?
Well, uh, the way that I'm going to design them for you, 3D printable. If I do it CNC machined, I'm basically just I'm adding steps.
Fair.
It's not even the easy way out. So,
all right, very good then.
Don't worry.
Carry on.
Get the 20 pound. The 20 pound seems super expensive. I think I can get away with like a 10-pound core.
I forgot. I do have some. I have some other things over here. I forgot about these things that I got. Okay. So first of all, there's a guy on Instagram. He's also on the Scale Builders Guild forums. Old Son RC. He may have sent you some stuff in the past. Boots, maybe molded some boots.
Oh, I remember. No, I did not get those. I remember you getting those. Maybe I just remember the name, but
yeah. So he's going to USTE this weekend, and for his latest project, you know what? I'm going to show the picture on Instagram because it's pretty amazing. He made the drivers for his truck, and now Josh, I know you won't understand what that means, but here he is. He made up the drivers himself out of this stuff called Sculpey. Which is like sculpting clay that you bake in the oven, sort of like Fimo stuff. Anyway, he made up the drivers, and here they are right here. Notice that the one... Sorry, you can just deal with it for a second. But you can notice the one guy is wearing the Ford Chevy shirt that I made. And they're both like checking on their phones for something kind of funny in there. And he made these drivers. They're incredible. Here, I'll show. Oh. That's for you, Josh. Can you see that?
I mean, I don't care what medium you give me. I'm not being able to sculpt something like that by hand.
No, you're sure not. Definitely not you. This is not a you project. This is a me project. There's like some of the work in progress. So like he's a pretty amazing sculptor. So I was like, I'm going to give that a shot. So I got the same sculpty stuff, and I got all the sculpting tools that you might need for sculpting.
I like it.
I'm going down the rabbit hole.
I can't wait. If you don't time lapse the entire first attempt, I want it to be a true first attempt.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. You got it.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the first step. I've got the first things there to do that. Because I was like, you know what? That looks pretty darn good. He makes the shirts out of paper towels. And then he like then puts on like glue and glaze and like hardens them and stuff. It's fantastic. They look amazing.
Oh, like
those are his sons.
Like
he sculpted his sons.
One of those T-shirts you had on your floor when you were in high school.
I mean, I don't know why that's like that. Oh, I spilled something on it. Now, here's the other thing. This will come into play later on when I start doing my drift project. But I got some of these Posca markers. These are paint markers.
Oh, the paint. Okay. Are you going to try and do the anime?
Yeah.
Paint scheme thing? I like it. I think those look super cool. I see those a lot on the Instagrams.
Yeah. There's a couple of artists that do a better job of it than others, but I thought, yeah, you know what? I'll give that a go. We were talking about that in the mod chat, and I was like, I'm going to go get those markers. So I did. Okay, now I'm done. Perry G, thank you very much.
What body are you going to try and use?
AE86. No, not AE86. The other one.
BRZ.
BRZ. Yeah, I went Subaru for that one, I think.
Same.
Well, one's better. Perry G, thank you very much. It's been a long time. What's the origin story of the Matt and Josh meeting each other? Oh boy.
Matt, you want to... It was Pennsylvania where you asked for my autograph, as Nicole tells me the story.
Right. So I always thought Josh was a bit of a jerk and had zero interest in really getting to know him. When when I met him for the first time, I was like, "Hey, man, what are you filming?" Because you were there to film the event, from what I recall. RC Four-Wheel Drive contracted Josh to film the East Coast Scale Challenge 2014, 2015, 2014. And Josh showed up with a camera, which I was already pretty surprised about, not a GoPro. And I was like, "Hey, so are you doing any filming?" And you're like, "Nah, it's too dark."
Yeah, I wasn't going to film the whole time. I filmed when I needed to
okay. I was like, all right, so I don't remember seeing a video from that event from you.
There was multiple, thank you, and a live video, which was fun. But yeah, you're welcome for that. So we met there, and then the second time was
in Canada.
G6 in Canada that Nicole and I drove up to.
That's right. And there, I think we chatted a bit more. I got to know Nicole and could not figure out for the life of me why she had chosen to be with you. Still to this day, a mystery.
Yeah,
she Nicole must really.
Nicole and I had got engaged the day before the G6. we got engaged the day before the G6 at Niagara Falls. And then we got a very expensive hotel room that night overlooking the falls, right? As one does. Very nice. Nicest hotel room Nicole's ever had.
America or Canada side?
Canada side.
Okay, good.
And
Falls, were you at Fallsview? Did you stay at the Fallsview?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Okay. Yeah.
So, the whole deal, fireworks that night, And then I made her wake up at like 3:30 the next morning. Like, get in the Jeep. We got to check out and drive 2.5 hours up to Warsaw Caverns. She was so mad.
Golly, I don't know why. Nothing says romance like going to a tiny truck adventure the morning after you've been married or engaged. I love you, baby. Get in the truck.
Bonus points. Today is our 12-year anniversary of the anniversary we actually celebrate is today, not our marriage anniversary.
Is that that's the meeting one, right?
So, yeah, that's when we started dating.
Yeah,
that's when
12
when you really
years. Flared out that white collared shirt.
I had 4 collared shirts. They were layered.
All right. So then we met again at that event, and I was like, yeah, he's not that bad, I guess. She's really nice. I'll continue this charade with him so I can just be friends with Nicole. That's really how we met, and I don't really know, how did we start doing stuff together?
Me. You contacted me, and it was, you're like, hey, you want to do collaborate in some way? And I was just about to start the Honcho budget.
You're just about to start to quit the internet. You're like, I'm done. I hate this hobby.
Right.
I don't have any friends. Nobody likes me.
My pets
barely get any views.
But yeah, I was about to start the Honcho budget build, and I was like, hey, you want to do this thing? And you're like, sure. So, and that was at the time when we both got 3 SCX-10 2s within 2 months, because they sent us the 2017 Jeep Cherokee or Jeep Wrangler, which looked pretty good. Did that, and then right after that they sent the Honcho. I'm like, okay, it's like how many times they were so close together. It was just it's the same as that one, pretty much, just this couple of differences. And then the Deadbolt again. I'm like, God. So then after the budget build, we're like, let's do this monthly mayhem thing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a terrible idea. Let's do it.
Yeah. Was mayhem the first thing we did?
No. Budget build was first.
Budget build.
Then mayhem.
Right.
Yep.
Don't forget, Josh has his colored Horizon shirt. It's true. He hasn't forgotten. He still works there. Jeremiah Solberg, thank you very much. If I met Josh, I just hand him a beer. Not RC related, but I got into Warhammer and I'm learning to paint. It's a little more difficult with the tremors. Yeah, Warhammer is another rabbit hole I do not want to go down.
Little figures? And
you got to paint like 1,000 of them.
What?
Well, not that many. There's a lot.
That sounds...
To build out a set, I don't even know how you play this game. All I ever see is people just painting the models. To be fair, I don't even know if there is a game. I think like the game is way too complicated and people just spend all their time setting up for the game. Yeah. And they're like, all right, painted all the models, got my whole layout set up. How do I play this again?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Wait, I don't have any friends.
Yeah. Nah, I'm out.
Yeah, does anybody around here play Warhammer? No? Oh, shit.
Okay, then. Might as well print another figure.
Better start painting this one. In case somebody comes over.
Thanks, sir. Evening, guys. True love story.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, somebody asked, Adam Tebben asked if that was the East Coast Scale Challenge where the trailer incident took place.
Same one.
Yes. Excellent.
Same one.
Blake Terzini just said, used to play, can confirm. I don't mean to poke fun because we play with tiny toy trucks. So it's just shades of gray as far as I'm concerned. We all are nerds.
Niche one from Fish Built. Let me see.
Average cost to play that game is $2,000. Wow. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I was like I'm not gonna react. Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna react to that at all.
Yeah, that's totally reasonable.
Sounds very reasonable.
Fish Built, that actually sounds cheaper.
Yeah, it does in a lot of ways. Just want to give my contribution and still working on your backlit sign. Thank you, Jeremy. Much appreciated. Cool. Sorry I missed that earlier. My bad.
Grizzly Built. Hey, Matt, do you think there will be any more G6s here in Canada or GCM events this summer? Count on a GCM event. Where, when, how, what? Can't confirm. Who? GCM.
Yeah.
What is the trailer incident? Oh, you should go back and watch previous episodes. Go back about 30 episodes, maybe more. We've talked about it on occasion.
I don't remember what episode I told
Long story short, Josh got frisky in a shared trailer that he did not realize the other guest was already at.
I didn't know I was ever sharing. It was news.
Come on in, Nicole. This is the trailer for us. Just the two of us, baby. Nobody else is possibly sleeping in the other room. Don't even look in there.
It was a small trailer. I didn't see any. The bunk was hidden. Up and away.
Oh my God. Was going to say, you have a Ripper behind you. Fair enough. Fair enough, I do. Yeah. $2,000 to play Warhammer. Sounds like a pretty good bargain now that I think about it. RC Addict, a guy at the local shop printed the ski ride and said he would sell the printed pieces for $250. Is that a good deal? Yes, it is against the terms of service of my mini factory, but I'm sure that... I mean, shoot, $250 for all of this seems like a bargain because it's a lot of printing.
I was going to say, I was like, I would pay $250 to have all the parts printed as long as they were of a reasonable quality.
Yeah,
that would be my concern.
If it's .30, pass.
Yeah, that's exactly. If it's printed at a low quality or on a printer that's just not super high quality in general, like maybe you'd be a little better off a different route. Unless you're just not picky and you just want to drive it. Jacob Henson,
that's also true.
did your stupid RC stuff take forever to ship, or did they just send it to you? No, it took a little while to ship, but once it did ship, it arrived quickly. But it did take a good bit to ship. But no, I paid for that. I just bought it off their website like normal.
Thomas Piasek said, "Man, those coyotes made some noise last night, eh?" Yeah, and I think they were like trying to get into the trailer. They were like moving it around a whole bunch.
Oh,
oh man. No, thank you. Am I right? Oh boy. Wow.
He's a good friend of mine too. I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, not that good of a friend is the difference. Like,
he's such a good friend. I don't mind if he stays in our trailer. You might hear some crazy shit tonight.
My bad.
Was there an earthquake and some crazy lady screaming while I was asleep? Or was I dreaming that?
She sounded concerned.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, Nicole.
Hopefully this is the one show she's not watching.
It's our anniversary. She probably is watching, trying to spend some quality time.
Happy anniversary, baby. I gotta go. I'm busy.
Yeah, you know.
DK is on fire. Why does it sound like someone's applauding?
Not sure which side of the trailer that's supposed to be coming from, but you know, it's one of those memories I blocked out for a while.
Oh man. Yeah, rightfully so. That's
I'm sure he has as well.
It was what's his name? Ty, right? Ty Giebel? Yeah. He did really well at that comp, so he must have really just pushed it right out. A lot of the Colorado boys came out for that one too, actually. Like David and
was that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they were there for that one.
Yeah. That was a good event overall. I mean, it was super hot.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Well, for you.
I lived in Missouri at the time. It was just so freaking humid. Right. But I saw that event has been I know it was not called the Archville Drive East Coast Scale Challenge anymore, but the event that it had changed to has officially been completely canceled.
Oh, really?
I believe that's true. I think I saw that. I think that they were going to have it this year and then ended up accident. Someone will have to confirm if they were going to go.
Confirm that, yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's too bad.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's too bad.
So
that end of an era there.
Yeah,
that was always a fun event.
But so yeah, there's that.
Jeremiah Solberg, thank you very much. Cue the Barry White. I
just remember we were driving to that event very late, driving across one of the very similar state, Ohio, Indiana. We're driving through town, and it was raining so bad you could barely see, and the whole median was flooded. Hit it was just a wall of water. Nicole had been yelling at me to slow down, and I was like, okay.
Like, you know what? I kind of want to spend more time with my life and my wife. Pay up, sucker. Thank you very much. What do you think of the new Cliffhanger body by Proline? There's a new one?
What? Oh, the SCX6 one? That's the only one that I've seen. I'm searching real quick.
Get on the internet.
Hold, please. Loading. PC load letter. What does that mean? Yeah, I see nothing new. I don't know what he's talking about. Unless it's just the SCX6 version.
Maybe he'll confirm that for us.
Yeah. Okay.
Please enter the chat again.
So like I should. GC Coop. Thank you. Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Just picked up a mini Capra. What's a good beadlock and tire combo? Is Matt still running the ones in his video? I don't know if he is. I have the Class 0 Proline crawlers on mine, which I feel like are fitting. That's what Matt has switched to as well, I see.
Yes. Yep.
So.
But I haven't driven them yet. Because it snowed.
There you go.
I'm not going all the way out there for that.
Yeah, well, and you didn't have a car. So.
That too. Oh, yeah, well, I do now. Get back out there anytime I want. I gotta work.
I can go anywhere silently.
Yeah, it's true.
Well,
not new in body shape, just the new pre-painted gray. Ah, okay. Cheers.
Oh,
tough color. Is it painted or is it molded in that color? It's molded.
Molded in the gray. Black window stickers on it. It's a easy way to get something going.
Right on.
For that.
Eric Brett, thank you. Can confirm it was changed to Slippery Rock Scale Challenge. So not East Coast Scale Challenge anymore. I went last year for the first time and was really looking forward to it this year, but they canceled due to a lack of help.
That doesn't surprise. It takes a lot of help to run those events. And if you just can't get anyone to rally, then that's the way it goes. I did not see a reason. I just saw that it was canceled. So that's a bummer.
It's usually the reason these events do get canceled is that they cannot get people to do it.
Or the reason that the events just, are, not as enjoyable as if there's just not enough help to keep things running smoothly. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching from Hawaii. Well, welcome, Big Island RC. I bet you he's on the Big Island.
Josh, you ever thought about a wheel builder app to the website? Yeah, there's just a lot to it, and it's in the end you would still
he's lazy.
Buy all the things separately, and it's probably not something that's going to happen anytime real soon.
It's,
but yes, it has been brought up.
Goofing off.
Right. I'm also not a coder. But
you can hire a guy.
Little reasons like that. So scale, not nationals.
Regionals. Rocky Mountain Regionals.
Scale Regionals.
Scale Rocky Mountain Regionals.
All right.
2023.
I am going to try and send you some files, hopefully tonight.
Sick.
Possibly tomorrow, depending on if Nicole, wants actual quality time with me for our anniversary. I don't think she will.
She gets enough of you.
Yeah. So I'm going to hopefully send you that. And that way you can, I think you should be able to pull apart by the time your video is going.
Ooh, yes. Cool.
And
I am down for that.
Yeah. So you already 3D printed the rear tail, whale tail, spoiler, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Not that that's going to be the final one, whatever it is, but I think that
got it right here.
You'll have some parts there. I could maybe even send you some other pieces that you could 3D print for comparison or mock-up, whatever you would like to do.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
What's our chassis decision on that? Have you decided?
No, have not fully decided, but may have been discussing it with Brandon for some help. So
excellent.
If we go a typical rail chassis style, because we were talking about some options for it that would be significantly different, but we may just go custom rail chassis, and make it easy on ourselves. You and I were talking about some things.
Yes. Yeah.
Talking to them.
No, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Making decisions without me again, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I see. Wish I had a stenographer that followed me around all the time.
For any time you're talking to me, anyway.
Right.
The most forgetful man alive.
Let the record show that
I am an idiot.
Yeah. Either way, we're going to get rolling on that. I feel like once we have some physical parts in hand, I will feel
it's gonna
much
start
better
rolling. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I missed something. Go ahead.
Yep.
Keep going.
I do hope to have like a rough idea of what I want to do for the chassis. And my thought is that I'll just cut a sample out of ABS. If I do that, I'll send you one as well. And then you can bolt it up, mock it up. We'll start working on cross braces and whatnot so that you can have it there, at least sitting in front of us before we decide on final material. I'm assuming that you will run carbon fiber in the end, no matter what, for the chassis.
Why are you making such assumptions about me?
Because I might go titanium.
Yeah.
But the reason I would go titanium is because I could weld some things directly to it and stuff like that. And if you're not going to weld to the titanium, like maybe it wouldn't be as worth it, but we'll see. We shall see.
Right. Copy that.
Either.
Hellbilly, the new F-150 TRX4 is like $549 or something.
Live stream race or challenge while you're both in Colorado? Likely not going to happen at the event because there's very spotty coverage up there, I'm told. And
great.
There is the chance at the actual Airbnb that we rented that we could do something more fun. But I'll also have editing to do. Hopefully all of my cars are done before the day that they're needed, so I won't have to be struggling with that again.
Oh my God. That stressed me out so much.
Yeah.
Do we bring the Camtex, asks Moose Jaw.
I wouldn't rule it out. I feel like I'm going to be shipping things ahead of time, probably to like TGH headquarters. I feel like I'll send some, having Camtex along with will not be a problem.
Yeah. Oh, Teleguide had asked a good question. Has there been any carbon tub chassis in RC? Good question.
It is a good question. That's what Matt and I have been discussing. Doing an actual like a tub that we could really leverage some organic shaping and some either way. So that it's still an idea. It's still a possibility. Nothing's ruled out yet. There's not. It's kind of a cool factor thing. Is there any advantages? Who knows? Maybe in very minimal areas, but for the amount of work that would go into it, it would have to be leaned heavily on the cool factor side because and at this point it's just
with the limited amount of time that we have, it might not
risk it.
It might not happen. Yeah, I wouldn't want to spend a lot of R&D time on something that may end up not working.
Right. So how's that steering servo going to work in the Porsche? There's a couple. There's three total options. There's typical lay down servo positioning, but I don't want to do that. Lay down servo mounts, they're not proper regardless. There is, no matter what anybody tells you, they're like, you just got to set it up right. You can never set up a lay down style servo in a way that won't have an inherent amount of bump steer or suspension effect in some way. It's just physics. Period. Like no matter what, that's how it is. Now, is it an acceptable level? Sure. Whatever. To many people, that could be the case. Either way, I hate it, and I would much rather not do that. So there's two other options of steering types that could be done. A properly set up bell crank is fully an option and is totally reasonable.
And when Josh says bell crank, he's not referring to the one in the Tamiya high lift.
Well, the Tamiya high lift was not a bad one.
Well, it was okay. On the scale of bell cranks, it's better.
Yeah.
It's not the worst, for sure.
Right.
The worst one is on the RC 4-wheel drive Tough Rider 3.
Yeah, the TF3 had the worst designed bell crank steering I've ever seen. Period. No matter what, though, you're basically looking at some sort of bell crank type steering setup, whether it be a link that follows the upper links and then has a bell crank that's mounted to the axle, or if you have a bell crank that's mounted up in the chassis, like in the position a steering servo would normally be. So those are a couple of options. And I'm also possibly looking at leveraging some other manufacturing types with this project. So, I feel like I'm going to just make Matt's hair fall out by being like, okay, here's my plan.
Okay, here's the instructions. This is what we got to do. And I go, that's neat. Just make 2.
Yeah.
All painted. TRD Adventures, thanks very much. Definitely excited to the TGH event. The area looks beautiful. Weird request. Oh boy, here we go. Wife wondered if you would be bringing any ketchup chips. I can do that.
Matt brought us all kinds of snacks last year.
That's true. All dressed ketchup.
He did drive, though.
Coffee crisp.
Some Joe Louis or something like that.
Yes, that's right.
Those were fantastic.
Maybe this time I'll bring you some flakies. Or
just bring the Joe Louis again.
I'll bring the caramel. It's also one of my favorites.
That sounds possible.
Caramel. Yeah, I'll bring some stuff for sure. Canadiana.
What about the old Wheelie King bell crank steering that turned the rear wheels? So if you remember the Wheelie King, the first one was a 2-wheel drive. They did have a 4-wheel version later as well. Can't remember exactly how it worked, but yeah, it had a double bell crank steering servo. The steering servo sat in the front of the chassis all the way at the front, and then it ran back to a bell crank at the center of the chassis that pivoted, and then from there it ran to the axle where there was another bell crank, and then that got to the steering servo. So it was this big, but it all functioned, and it's all perfectly reasonable. It was just very complicated.
It was really cool.
Really cool. And they had a nitro version.
I do remember that. Yeah. Okay. Really thinking ahead of the curve there. Dana, go Clodbuster steering. Be a man.
What is the stock Clodbuster steering even?
Center mounted servo.
Yeah.
To 2 very long arms, to then a bell crank on either end.
On one on each axle.
On each axle, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's similar to the Wheelie King, probably where they got the idea.
Let's use some really old technology.
Yeah. Either way, gonna be one of the hurdles. Not the one that I'm worried about the most in any way, but
no. I think getting the body done is probably one of the biggest hurdles,
because
that's going to be a challenge.
Getting the body molded and finished on the outside is like half the battle. From there, you have to be able to attach those pieces together into a way that the body will stay as one piece. When it's all made in these separate pieces and cut and trimmed and fit, then it still has to like go together.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of, oops, I need to do that again, I think.
I'm super nervous. I think this is way more difficult than the Class 1 Jeep from last year, as far as like the body panel style and design and then fitting together.
Yeah. It's way more complicated than a front air dam on my speed run car. And that still proved to be quite a challenge for me. So,
you know what? The second time though, it worked out so well, and you just
that's
all
true.
you had to do was do what I told you.
Yep, and that was amazing.
So, yeah. So we're gonna learn some stuff, and we're just gonna see how much this. I just gotta try and remember to do all the things that I've learned at one time and then have forgot since then. That's the hard part. So print orientation of the molds matters a lot.
Yes.
Remember that.
100%.
It needs to be in the direction that it needs to come out. So you got to print everything standing up and it's super tall. But it matters. Things just like get locked in there. But anyway, TRD Adventures. Come on, Tim. Love the Porsche C1 plan. I took the easy way and just narrowed a Hilux. Measured and had so many tape marks to get my rectangle on. Yeah, it's a tempting way to go, and I get it.
It is,
but
and if this is all a big failure, that's probably what Josh and I will end up having to do.
That's absolute. What's the plan B? I don't have a plan B, truly, but if all else fails, I'll make something work. Yeah, and that's you'll find out as soon as I do.
I've got a pretty fun idea for Class 2 body.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to annoy everybody for sure.
Oh, I love that idea. Especially, yeah. I mean, annoying people can... I mean, my Class 3 possible body is...
Yes. The Mon 14.
The Mon 14. I think that I can make this work for Class 3.
Why not? Go for it.
So...
Yeah, he's blowing on his Mon 14.
I know. I realized I did that after I did it. Because the black shows some dust. I was, I shouldn't have done
that. Kevin Nugent asked, "Chop toe plus question mark equals winning?"
Yes.
Josh and I are actually going in different directions in terms of how we're laying our carbon.
Yeah, which is super exciting.
Yeah, Josh is going to go chopped on the exterior and
like this
fabric on the inside. So he's going to have a textured look on the outside. I'm going the exact opposite and probably just going fabric throughout. I might do chopped toe just to add some more thickness. Maybe not.
I guess you could. But if you're just going to do fabric, go fabric. Just be done.
So I'm going to have the typical carbon look like every single F1 car this year.
Yeah, what is this year all about?
They went dark mode on every single car.
When does racing start? I'm so excited.
Not too much longer. February.
Know, really.
They're going to start testing next week in
Bahrain.
No, Spain first. They do 2 weeks in Spain and then 2 weeks in Bahrain and then the race. But very exciting stuff there. Yeah. Was that a yawn, Matt? I'm always tired.
March 3rd is the first race weekend.
There you go.
That is around the corner.
Soon. Yeah, no kidding. That's amazing. I'm so excited. Jeremiah Solberg, thank you very much. Just do what my 3-year-old does. He drives, stops, turns the front wheels by hand. Yeah, that's only 10 points every time we do that. That's fine.
I think you could just do it with the winch. Just grab the winch.
5 points.
That's only 2 points each.
Oh, 2 points for a winch, right?
I don't remember. Whatever it is.
3? 3 points for a winch.
Yeah, need to read the rules again. But yeah, I think so. We're gonna have different looks as far as everything goes. That will be a bonus to just make them look.
It'll also be easier to tell them apart.
You know what? I feel like in the end we're not gonna have a problem with that.
Shut your stupid mouth. Because I'm not good?
No, I'm saying because mine probably won't have any paint or anything else on top, poor last minute graphics or some
just a big white 3 on the
drivers
side.
In there upside down, whatever. I'm gonna put the Herbie graphics on it. What? Isn't that what that one was?
Yeah, I think they're same.
Yeah.
Checks RZ Habit, thank you very much. Good evening, guys. Late to the show. Was finishing painting the wife's SCX6, which he did with automotive paint to match the full-size one. painted it on the inside with automotive paint. Said apparently if you don't add the clear, it remains flexible. So I'm keen to see how that turned out. But he did it in the same like snazberry color that her 392 is, which is very cool. Love the new Ford F-150 from Traxxas. I will be stripping the chrome on mine. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chuck. Much appreciated.
Yep. That sounds like a winner.
Yep.
CCXRC, no time for window masks. Just spray paint it all. Lucky for you, I've eliminated almost all the windows.
There will be no windows.
Making decisions without Matt. That's how this goes.
Even though I was part of that. Would it be cheating to paint a Tamiya Lexan 911 in carbon? Yes, because you would not get the hard body points.
And it would not be the right size.
That's also true. This is a custom. This is custom.
Yeah. It is.
We get all the points.
Close to scale, to proper proportion. I did fudge the proportions a little bit in one direction, barely noticeable. And yeah, so yeah. Will Class 1 still have a bomber interior? No, it will have a proper interior. Some sort. I'm not exactly sure what method I'll use to achieve, but it will.
There'll probably be a little bit of vacuum forming.
That's my guess. Is that, and then if I do that, I'm sure I'll just have to make two, and then Matt will. Yeah.
The really great thing about this for me, guys, is that I'm basically doing none of the heavy lifting. I'm doing I'm like doing a great job over there, Josh. Where's the thing? Got to send me the thing so I can do it. That's the only leverage he'll have, though, is that he'll just decide maybe not to send me stuff quickly.
Yeah, did I not send you that file? Really?
Oh, shit. Sorry.
I don't remember not doing that. I'm going to have to look into that.
And I'll be like, I'm so forgetful that I'll be like, oh, maybe you didn't.
Maybe you did. Did I already print it? I don't. Well. No craft foam, no felt.
Yeah, we're going real.
I think some flocking again is in order.
Jeremiah said, "I'm hearing a lot of carbon fiber and a titanium. I'm also hearing your bank accounts crying."
It's going to be expensive.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, it's going to.
What I want is a car that is so expensive, but also so desirable.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to try and trade mine in the end for an actual Porsche.
Yes. You don't know what year.
Yeah, no. That doesn't matter. Just absolutely any year in similar conditions.
I'm going to turn this thumbtack into a telescope.
Yeah. I want the full-size one to only have been on a few trails as well. And then TRD Adventures, thank you. I know you don't like drivers, but grab some of the skeleton Halloween ornaments, full figures, 8 points for 2 and like 13 grams. Do you know about these?
They have to be... No, I don't. Don't they have to be a reasonable sized human? They don't allow like monsters and stuff anymore.
So they have to be human-like or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it that was previous rules?
Skeleton.
I haven't read. I mean, that is human skeleton, I guess. You cover them in a lightweight foam.
Remember, Matt, if you fail, it's Josh's fault. That's true. Yeah. I can blame it all on Josh this time. He'll be yelling at me the same amount.
Oh, evidently in the rules now they are legal. Even a 924. I don't know which one is the 924. That's the front engine, right?
Yes. You know what? A nice one in good condition. I would do that.
I said any condition.
The skeleton is human, just minus the meat.
Yes.
Did you watch Kunk on Earth?
No.
Oh, okay, it's on Netflix.
I was gonna say you have to watch that in incognito mode, or
no. Kunk on Earth.
Oh, okay.
She does like these. It's like a mockumentary about civilization, and there's a part where she's like, "So did humans, like when they were like before, like after the dinosaurs, like early humans, were they covered in the same kind of meat that we are?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, for all intents and purposes, I'm pretty sure they were." She's like, "Did it have a brand name like pork or beef?"
I think I've seen a clip from that about airplanes and they're figuring out why or if airplanes work or how airplanes work. Like, do we know why? Like, yeah, we know why airplanes work, but I'm not sure if that's the same one. But it sure sounds the same.
Yeah, it probably is. No rule on figures. You can use skeletons. I don't want to use a skeleton. If I can just make or find a man that is the same weight as this stupid skeleton, I'm just going to use the man.
Matt's just looking for a good man. He's just want a man.
Did I say that? If I can find a good man.
If I can just find a good man.
I'm just looking for a man to hug and kiss, guys.
You know.
Amanda hug and kiss. Did your Jeep show up in Malta? No, you've been over this. Maybe it did. That was a Gladiator in the photo. I got people from work going, "Your Jeep is on the front page of the newspaper." So, that's a Gladiator. Those are stupid. Only stupid people own Gladiators.
Oh my God.
Although I did get a lot of people sending me that meme with the two girls, the pretty girls at the stadium. They're like, "Hey," and then there's the guy between them who's like, "Hey,
the Volvo."
Volvo. I feel like I'm going to be a part of a trend, though. I feel like Volvos are going to be the new hotness.
You think?
People went from BMWs to then they were like, "I gotta get out of this BMW. Everybody thinks I'm an a-hole," so they bought an Audi, and now everybody hates people in Audis. So logically, let's just go Volvo.
How can you possibly be mad at somebody driving a Volvo?
You can't be mad at somebody driving a Volvo. Chuck Lanholm, thanks very much and congrats. Thanks for your first super chat. Thanks for making me laugh every week. You are welcome. You are welcome.
There's just so many.
There's some other funny comments coming in here.
Yeah.
Vidjo said, "If I can craft a man out of clay that makes me happy, that's all I need."
Matt's just over there making his perfect man. I just want to see how much time you spend detailing before you build the clothes that go on. Like, are you going to be like, at what level of anatomically correct you're going to be like, that's far enough? Before the scale nerd in you is just like, no, it needs a belly button. Like, boop. You're just like, nope, I'm not going to put a definition there. No, all right, belly button.
But Josh, they wouldn't have belly buttons. They're not made from other humans. Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward to this time lapse.
It's gonna be good. I will do it just for you. Get out the zoom lens and everything.
You know, you didn't respond to my suggestion for your what's on the bench.
Didn't I? I thought I chuckled at that.
I think that's the whole video. I won't say it because
hold on. Let me just look.
Let's.
Oh, yeah. I will do that at some point. That is a good idea.
Belly button boop. Ah, now it's finished. Just flips that tool around.
I've got lots of belly button tools. Check this out.
I mean, the backside of a lot of tools can be belly button tools. It's, dental pick, the other side. You gonna put some lint in there?
Boop. I've got five different size possibilities for that too.
It's just you're gonna add some ab definition. Is that what you like?
What I have to do, I think, is find. Actually, you know what? I'll use that skeleton character, and then I'll just sculpt around it.
You know what? Not a bad idea.
Cover it in meat.
Belly buttons and beeholes. just Matt flips over to do the other side. I just want to see how serious you get about when you put it together. You're just molding the.
I'm doing like
molding the butt. You're just like, man. Too much.
No,
what are we on Instagram here?
Matt, describe your perfect man to us. Well, he's about 6 inches tall. No, 8 inches. 8 inches. Wait. Oh, definitely tattoos. Are you okay? Are you all right over there? Are you choking? You're dead. Remember that one time you were choking and I was like, well, this is going to make for a really interesting stream. Josh is dying. When you make your man, better put on some tattoos. Yes, definitely. I'm going to do 2 characters, me and Josh.
I refuse. I do not consent.
That's too bad. I did it last year. I'm doing it again. All right, let's see the results of this poll.
Mine, Chevy eked out a win.
Let's see here. Here we go. Ford or Chevy, yes, 62%. Ferrari, 23%. No, 14%.
Mine, Chevy, 34. Ford, 33. Porsche, 32. So.
Wow. That's a pretty even split. Yeah.
Yeah. Almost 400 votes. And we ended up right there. Chuck Landholm, thank you, sir. Thanks for making me laugh every week. Chuck, again, thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Chuck. We do it for you.
Yeah.
Certainly it can't be for us. Not this long.
Yeah. You know what? This whole project's just going to be the most fun. This was my driver figure plan. He is very lightweight.
Oh, that's that 3D printed
3D printed Slender Man.
You know what? I could still use that and just put clothes on it and just change the face.
Yeah, well, you could. I feel like I was going to find a way to model or 3D print my own that's the proper size. There's my scale.
Oh, the only problem is I wouldn't be able to bake it. How hot does this Sculpey have to get here? Do not microwave. 275. Oh, that'll melt Slender Man.
That would. Grams. This is 14. It's a gram heavier than the skeleton. Skeleton it is.
Skeleton for the win.
Why is Josh holding a gimp? Yeah, but I had some sort of joke like that in the scale news this week.
Did you?
Oh, it was because of that leather biker that you could buy for the motorcycle.
Right. yeah.
And I made some sort of
The
joke like that.
non-Fajon.
Yes, the Beat One Labs. So,
JIS or aftermarket hex screw kit. For which thing, Thomas? Too small.
Yeah.
The man is.
Yeah. Reduce the infill on Slenderman. My guess is that there's almost no infill on this. I'm guessing that it's almost printed in vase mode, because he feels hollow. But I think if anything, we could cut some weight out just because he's kind of pudgy. Belly. So
Modeled after you, pre-Peloton.
Pre-Peloton days. But yeah, it's I'll just tell you.
Crack them open.
Yeah, it's printed in vase mode. It's hollow, no infill. So that gives us you can tell by the poor bridging ability that was happening on the inside there.
Let's see.
It's just all spaghetti falling in there.
Ah, yes. Those are his intestines.
Yeah. Did you know the human intestine's 35 feet long?
If my head were veal, and I know it is not, how much would I cost?
You know, I think you can just carve out the whole backside of them, the whole deal. You can get this thing down to 10 grams. I mean, not this one specifically anymore, but that's
copy that.
A good man is hard to print.
Or sculpt, apparently.
Ooh, how many skill points for the intestines? That's true. Can that be separate? And if not, do other figures have to have intestines? Because I'd like to know.
Lieutenant Dan, you got no legs. Oh boy. So. The things we're goofing around about, it's really just taking time away from actually working on this project.
Yeah, and that's really my goal, because I'm so scared. No. I do hope to fire up the printer tonight and let the first mold crack on. And I think the hood should be where we start. And
it's the biggest.
Now side panels.
No,
door
side
and
panels
rear quarter. Door and rear quarter is going to be a good size.
Is the hood and front fenders all one piece? Oh dear.
No, they're separate. That's why I want to start with the hood, because it'll be easiest.
Yeah. Okay.
That will get us a good start. Go from there. The front fenders are actually going to be a little difficult to mold, just because they're kind of a narrow bucket. My thought is that many of our molds will be sacrificial. So
100%.
It's just, you're going to have to heat gun them apart to get them off of there, and is what it. Just get used to it. Print another one. If you need to redo it.
Yeah, exactly. I was sort of anticipating that, based on. I mean, the mold that I made for the that you helped me with on the on that front air dam, I could make more of those if I needed. I don't, but I was sort of anticipating this to be a lot less keep.
Yep.
More throwaway.
Yep. That's the molds that I did for the Class 1 Jeep last year. A lot of those were good to go. Like, you could technically do another part in them without any change.
Right.
Chris Maxwell, thank you, sir. Don't forget you have 2 Class 1 trucks to finish. That is true, because I've got to finish the Class 1 Jeep for him.
Oh.
So, yep.
You mean the carbon one?
Yep. It just needs some rear shock covers, and then finalizing the mounting
because
of the hood.
He's going to run it this year.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. I love that.
So,
that's very cool.
I
better get it to him soon so he can actually drive it before.
I don't think he's worried about that. I think I'm just bringing it with me.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
So
that's what he just learned now, anyway.
Yeah, I think that's what we discussed. Josh, could you do a double silicone mold that's backup with a hard fixture? So it's funny you bring that up. I have seen people that are just doing their silicone molds on their own for forged carbon fiber. So they have a plug or whatever you want to call the original pattern. I guess it's normally called in mold making, and they'll make one silicone mold with it, pull that out, put a release, and then make the second half that way, and then it's just silicone for forged carbon.
Holy cow!
And it's intriguing. It's a thought, and it's something that I'm not against trying at least once, even if I try it for the hood. So, I don't know. The silicone is kind of expensive, but it's not ridiculous. And at this point, what's it matter? That
it's only money.
Yeah. So it is a thought, and I think I could maybe modify the molds so that I didn't have so much silicone squish that my parts would deform. If I could make them thinner based.
I just lost OBS. That's weird.
Oh, well, that sucks. Hashtag cheaper than the tubing notcher. Yes, Nacho Libre will still be put in action for this one. That can't use the money when you're.
For a moment. We're back.
Oh, you're back. Good.
We're back. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty fun, rewarding project.
Let's go back. Let's
Josh is really going to
back into this.
Yeah. Josh is really going to be pushing himself to the limit. I'm going to be sipping Mai Tais and waiting for my files.
Right. Where's my files? I see no instructions with this.
Yeah, Josh, your instruction manual sucks. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
I'll share the project with you on Fusion so you can get in the files and CAD around, zoom around, see where we're at.
Add some type, add some printing to it.
Some notes. I like this. I don't like this. Change this.
No, like actually put some words on the actual molds.
Yeah. Yeah. It's labeled now. You're welcome.
Josh smells. Prints right in it.
3D printing comp. Proline by the file. The files are in the computer.
In the computer. They're in the computer. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So are the bodies going to be the same design, but everything else is different? No.
No, everything's the same.
Everything should be the same. But
everything.
The difference will be that they're going to be built by two different people. And that's part of what I'm just going to be intrigued by is just with even the same files and the same information.
How do they turn out?
A completely custom truck. How does it? What's it end up like? What's the difference?
Yeah. It's going to be a really fun in that regard too. Like just watching them come together. Like I'm really not keen on spending much time on class 2 or 3. Just want to have usable trucks that point out that are more compy at this point.
And that's the thing I need to go through is I need to go through the rules and come up with my kind of like plan of action of how I'm going to achieve my points in those classes to make sure that I'm on the right roadmap to get those trucks completed in a way that's reasonable.
They're going to be an afterthought for me. I mean, while I'm waiting for other stuff to happen, obviously I can work on those. But
that's the real thing. It's focus. Like when they're in this early stage of like going to have days of printing and then days of carbon fiber mold and wait 24 hours to cure, demold, trim, and then do the next part. It's just like we eat up so much time with these just in waiting on 3D printing and on mold, resin curing, stuff like that. So, yeah.
2 identical trucks. Difference will be one will involve the driver crying as his friend yells at him to go faster. It's true. The other guy will be holding the winch stick but not paying attention fully. Yeah. So he won't be in the right spot at the right time.
I'm bringing a laser pointer to tell you where to go.
Great. Oh, boy. When venting tires by poking holes in them, do you get lots of dirt and sandy stuff inside the tire? Got new Vanquish wheels, but as usual, they don't have any ventilation. Yeah, because Vanquish doesn't vent their wheels. That's up to you to vent the tires. And with centrifugal force, any stuff that gets in there usually gets pulled out the holes. Put 4 holes in.
Yeah, I have never noticed a considerable amount of debris that has ever entered my tires. Yeah, water.
Or as they say in Formula One, debris.
Yeah. There's debris on the track? No, debris.
Nick DeVries.
But no, I've never noticed like a significant amount of things that get in my tires. And
water,
the other thing is, yeah, water. And
but
if that's a big problem for you, then you can leave them sealed, but not what I recommend. The other reason to not vent wheels is that if you ever run a nice like closed cell foam or a 3D printed foam, anything like that, it will not allow the air to get from the outside through the foam or anything like that. So you need to vent the outside of the tire. It's just, or you could do a sidewall. I've seen people do that. I don't like that. I always do the tread between blocks, 2 holes, 180 degrees from each other.
Do I vent if I never ride in water?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure. That is the time to vent.
Yes.
So yes, always vent. Good foams and properly vented.
All right.
The more you know.
The more you know. Shall we wrap it up?
Yep. Let's thank some people. Ed Camino, thank you. John Roberts, 1.6 RC, Gigawatt RC, Gunnar Nissen, Fish Built, Pay Up Sucka RC, GC Coop 2, TRD Adventures, Chuck Lanholm, and Chris Maxwell. Thank you, gents.
All right. Thank you. Hobby Room, Perry G, Jeremiah Sahlberg, Pay Up Sucka, TRD Adventures, Jeremiah Sahlberg, Chuck's RC Habit, and Chuck Lanholm. Thank you, guys.
Much appreciated. Thank you all. Mm-hmm. We will see you Friday night live.
See you tomorrow, Thursday, for What's on the Bench Weekly, episode 33.
Yes. 33 weeks. Insane. We got a few more weeks before we're on season 4 over here. And yeah, other than that,
be some visual changes, but the same 2 goofballs.
Yes. We're going to switch sides on the lives, on the feeds.
Yeah. So go over there. Hobby Room again. Thank you very much. RC10 guys have done carbon tubs and they use bell cranks. And that would be proper IRS too. Very
IFS
true
IRS.
All regards.
Solid axles with portals.
Solid axles all the time.
Like a Porsche should have been in the first place.
Maybe, I don't know if I'm going to run portals, but maybe I will. We'll see.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Goodbye.
Yes, I am. Love you. Bye.